Some stories become unforgettable because of their complexity. Others become legendary because of their simplicity. The story of John Wick belongs firmly in the second category. At its core, it is not about secret criminal organizations, impossible gunfights, or armies of assassins. In this video, we're exploring John Wick, a retired assassin returned after losing everything. The elite hitman. Before becoming a myth, John Wick was a man. But within the criminal underworld, he was something more than human. He was the assassin against whom all others were measured. While countless killers competed for reputation and power, John stood alone at the top. His name carried a weight that few could comprehend. Criminal bosses trusted him with impossible tasks because he always succeeded. Stories about his abilities spread throughout the underworld. Some said he could eliminate entire organizations alone. Others claimed he never missed a target. The truth was even more frightening. John combined intelligence, precision, determination, and ruthless efficiency in a way that made him nearly unstoppable. Every mission enhanced his reputation. Every success reinforced the belief that he was not merely an assassin, but a force of nature. He fell in love. For someone surrounded by darkness, love seemed impossible. Yet it arrived unexpectedly and transformed everything. Helen became the light that entered John Wick's life when he needed it most. She saw beyond the killer, beyond the reputation, beyond the fear he inspired in others. Where the world saw an assassin, she saw a human being capable of kindness, loyalty, and compassion. Their relationship offered something John had never experienced before: hope. For years, violence had defined his existence. Every day revolved around danger and death. Helen introduced him to a different reality, one where happiness was possible and where the future held more than another assignment. Love changed him in ways that no amount of money or power ever could. Suddenly, he had something worth protecting and something worth living for. The man who had spent years taking lives began imagining a life of his own. He envisioned mornings filled with peace rather than violence, leaving the criminal life behind. Walking away from the underworld was not easy. Criminal organizations rarely allow their most valuable assets to retire peacefully. Yet John Wick was determined. He wanted a future with Helen, and that future could not coexist with the life he had built as an assassin. To earn his freedom, John completed what many considered an impossible task. He accomplished a mission so extraordinary that it became legendary among criminals. By succeeding where others would have failed, he secured the right to leave. It was his final act as the feared hitman known throughout the underworld. Retirement represented far more than simply quitting a job. It symbolized a complete transformation. John traded weapons for ordinary routines. He exchanged danger for domestic life. Every day away from violence strengthened his belief that he had made the correct decision. The underworld continued operating without him, but his absence created a void that few could fill. Criminals spoke about him with a mixture of admiration and fear. Some doubted he would remain retired forever. Others believed his violent instincts would eventually resurface. Yet year after year, John proved them wrong. The death of his wife. Tragedy arrived in the form of illness. Unlike enemies with guns or assassins with contracts, this was an opponent John could not defeat. No amount of skill, determination, or courage could protect Helen from what was happening. Watching her suffer was one of the most painful experiences of his life. throughout his career. John had faced countless dangerous situations without fear. Yet standing beside the woman he loved while she battled illness left him feeling powerless. For a man accustomed to solving problems through action, helplessness was unbearable. Their time together became increasingly precious. Every conversation mattered. Every shared moment carried greater significance. John tried to remain strong, knowing Helen needed comfort and support. But inside, he was breaking apart. When she finally passed away, a part of John died with her. The future they had planned vanished instantly. The dreams they shared became memories. The home they built together suddenly felt empty. The last gift was a puppy. Shortly after Helen's death, John received an unexpected package. Inside was a puppy she had arranged to be delivered after her passing. Alongside the dog was a message explaining her intentions. She knew she could not remain by his side, but she wanted him to have something to love and care for after she was gone. The puppy represented far more than a pet. It embodied Helen's enduring love. It was a reminder that even in death, she continued thinking about John's well-being. She understood the loneliness he would face and wanted to help him through it. For a grieving man, the puppy became a lifeline. Its presence brought small moments of joy during an otherwise painful period. Caring for it gave John a reason to keep moving forward. Every wagging tail and playful interaction reminded him of Helen's kindness. Criminals killed the dog. One night, a group of criminals invaded John's home. Their goal seemed simple: steal his prized car and assert their dominance. They viewed him as an ordinary retired man, unaware of the legend standing before them. During the attack, they brutally killed the puppy. To outsiders, it might have appeared insignificant compared to countless violent crimes committed every day. But for John Wick, it was catastrophic. The puppy was not merely an animal. It was Helen's final message. It was the last symbol of hope she had left behind. By killing it, the criminals destroyed the final connection John had to the future she wanted him to have. The legendary revenge campaign. When John Wick returned to action, the underworld reacted with panic. Stories about his abilities had never disappeared. People remembered exactly who he was and what he could do. The attackers soon realized they had made a fatal mistake, but by then, it was far too late. John embarked on a relentless campaign of vengeance. Every obstacle placed in his path was removed. Every enemy who underestimated him paid a heavy price. His determination was fueled not by greed, ambition, or power, but by grief and love. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.